Gather round, children, gather round. It's story time with Jess, the little writer. In case you didn't know, that's me. Open fire. Have I ever told you girls just how much I love you? Cole said. Teresa and Charmaine snickered and looked at Eleanor. Eleanor stuck her tongue out at her friends and glared at Cole. You tell us often, but you don't mean it, she said, and continued nibbling on her roasted snack. Cole smiled. I mean it every time I say it. You put yourselves at great risk, and for that I am truly grateful. Therese ran her tongue up and down the meat she had on the end of a stick. Charmaine noticed that Cole's expression had changed. She nudged Therese with her elbow. It's okay, Cole said. Lose some and gain some, as it said. I gave up that part of life in order to live forever. I have no regrets. Cole removed a kettle from the fire and poured himself a drink. Therese, Charmaine, and Eleanor knew how he really felt. He'd been attempting to hide his misery for years, but they didn't buy it. That's why they always chose men. They could have found a way to lure women and girls. They chose men to remind Cole of what he was and what he had been. Eleanor stood up and checked the buckets that had been arranged under a tree. They're all full. Time to clean up, she announced. The foursome worked together to remove 3 lifeless bodies that had been strung up in the branches. Cole tried and failed to hide his disgust and sadness when he saw the jagged wound that one of his female companions had left. Eleanor and Charmaine made eye contact and smiled. They threw the bodies onto the fire and poured gasoline on it. Therese retrieved her roasting stick and gave her treat one last lick before casting it into the flames. Cole remained silent as the trio of women mocked him. His hand found its way to his crotch as he traced an invisible path from one fang to another with his tongue. They had made him what he was and taken what he had been.